Welcome back to another episode of Purpose. I'm your host, Corie Clark. Thanks so much for tuning in, you guys. It's been a busy few weeks around here. As I shared a few weeks ago, I have had a complete healing of my brain, and now I'm like, I feel like I'm in overdrive and getting so much work done, and I'm so excited about a million things. One of them being we have the planner coming back this year or for 2023, but it will be back soon. We finally found a manufacturer in the US. That was my number one priority. And so over the last couple years, we have gone through two manufacturers. One was not so good. They were very promising, ended up delivering the product not how they promised, and the owner was lying to me. That was very frustrating. For those of you who were part of that journey, you know how disappointing it was. And then last year, we were really happy with the manufacturer, except that they couldn't really replicate what I had. They couldn't do the hardcover. And so we couldn't do as big of a planner, and their price was really high. So we had to compromise and do a 6-month undated planner, which I know like those of you that used it still loved it. But it's not what we wanted. It's not what you wanted. And so we're really excited because we are bringing back, it's a hardcover, daily, dated planner for all of 2023. We're actually talking about bringing back the weekly as well. So all of those final decisions will be made this week, and we'll have an announcement very soon about how you can pre-order your copy. There are a few little changes like that we won't be able to do like we used to, but we will have the hardcover with like the gold, wire binding, and it will be dated for all the days of 2023. So we're really excited about that. But anyways, it's just been a little bit wild around here. We had our training last week. It was amazing. That's why there was no podcast episode last week. I delivered a really good training, you guys. If you did not participate or watch it, it's going to be up for a few more days. So I highly recommend you do. Even if you're already in like my programs. It was great because we just touched on some really important things that are relevant right now for like the current times, the economic times that we're in, the times that we're in spiritually as Christian entrepreneurs. And so I really, really encourage you to go catch that training. It will be up for a couple more days. It comes down Thursday night. So if you're listening to this when it comes out, you should still be able to grab it. Go to corieclark.com/training to catch that training. And this week, we also have the doors to my Purposeful Business Academy open. This is the first time we've opened this year because, as you know, I was dealing with some brain issues and really just had to put that part of my business and that part of my life on hold. And so we've opened the doors. They are open till Thursday night. You can go to corieclark.com/VIP if you want to get in right now. I'm really excited. There's some awesome bonuses. You get access to my Purpose Babe Society, which is my coaching group for Christian female entrepreneurs. And I'm just so excited. I think I've said that about 10 times, but that brings me to the purpose of this episode. And this is basically like a call to Christian entrepreneurs. And I just believe that now, more than ever before, Christians need to step fully into all that God has called them to. And for those of us who have been called to the marketplace and to entrepreneurship, it's time to rise up and to take ground for the kingdom. No more hiding and suppressing your gifts. If God has put something on you, then now it's your responsibility of carrying it out. So the ball is in your court, so to speak. You know, you were created on purpose for a purpose, and I fully believe that that purpose can be turned into a profitable business that makes more impact and more income. So, money in the hands of God's people can do really good things. And we all know that this world is getting crazier by the day. And unfortunately, it's mostly ruled by people who are not good people. So, as I think you all have probably noticed more than ever before, that those with money have power and they're really not using it for good. So stop being scared of making money and see it as a tool to make change, to help others, and to further God's kingdom here on earth. So, my question for you is, do you know who you belong to? Do you know who created you? And do you realize that you are, in fact, created in the image and likeness of God? Therefore, you are spiritually endowed to think and be like Him. So let that soak into every part of your life. Are you renewing your mind daily so that you can think like Him? Are you doing everything as unto the Lord so that you can be like Him? Step up to the calling so that you can glorify God. It's not about you. No more false humility. It's honestly, in my opinion, a slap in the face to the God of creation, the God who created you to be like Him. So if you aren't being faithful with what God has called you to step into, He can certainly find someone else who is. And false humility, it steals from God what could be used to bring Him glory. So if God wants you to reach the masses and you're hiding behind your screen, what good is that? What if God wants you to write that book to help bring someone out of the despair that you were once in? What if God wants you to provide for a family in your community, but you're too ashamed to make money, so you stay in the same pattern so that you appear humble? Whatever it is for you that deep down inside that God is asking you to do, it's time to do it. We're not guaranteed another second, and the choice is 100% your own. Don't blame another person or your situation or your circumstances. The disciplines that you know that you need to add, like the habits that you need to break, the big scary thing that's you keep just putting it off, that's all up to you. No one else. You are the only person who can do those things. So what are you going to do? I hope that it's step up. I hope you get to the end of your life and you look back on this moment as a shift in your life, that you decided God's ways are more important than yours. And His plan is so much better than anything that you could ever dream up on your own. It's time. And if this is resonating with you and you're ready to step up, then I want you to go back and watch that training that I did last week, because this is who it was for. And the women who were on the training live with me were, same thing. It was resonating with them. They're like, yes, we're ready. And it's time to be faithful with what God's given us. And I will never, ever, ever recommend that you put your business or your dreams or your goals above God, your husband, or your kids, or your home. Like, those are the things God gave you first. So if right now, if that's a mess, then no, this is not a call for you. Get that stuff in order. But if you know that God has called you into the marketplace, into entrepreneurship, into building something that will help give you the tools and the resource money to help further the kingdom, then it's time to get your life in order and get your business going. And if that's resonating with you and you're feeling that inside, then yeah, that training is for you. Or my Purposeful Business Academy and the Society is for you. Because we are linking arms in that community. We are Christian women who are building our businesses, but not just to glorify ourselves, not just to build our own empire. We've seen what's happened with people that have made that their focus. And there's marriages everywhere falling apart because people have made building their empire their focus. And so that's not what it is. We have to keep God the center. We have to follow what He's asking us to do. And we have to be faithful with the first things He's given us. And then we continue to step into what He's calling us to. And we take responsibility for the things that we need to do. We become disciplined in the things that we know in the back of our mind. Everybody knows what they really need to do, what they really don't feel like doing. That's what you need to start doing. So if you need to watch that training, go to CorieClark.com/training. If you saw the training or you're like ready to jump in and really start stepping into your business as a kingdom entrepreneur, then go to CorieClark.com/VIP so that you can get in our group. The doors close on Thursday. Actually, both of those disappear at midnight Thursday night. So you got a couple days to get in there. But I just really want to encourage you. I just think that over the last couple years, we've seen what happens when people step into their place, whether it's a place that God's called them to, or it's a place of evil, or a place that can ruin lives. We are here to be salt and light. And so if we are not stepping into our place, like someone else is taking up that space. And so we need to take that space back for the kingdom. All right, you guys, that is it. I will get off my soapbox now. But I just want to inspire and encourage people to, you only live once. This is it. This is all you have. And what are you going to think when you look back on your life? And what are people going to say about you, after you pass on? What will people be saying about you? Will they be saying, wow, like she left a legacy and she made a huge impact on all of the lives around her? That's what I want for not just for myself, but for all of the women inside of the Purpose Babe Society and all of you listening and, everyone I come in contact with. I want to help them do better now so that they can leave something better for the people that come after them. So, all right, you guys, thanks for listening. And if you haven't yet, I would love and appreciate if you left a 5-star rating and review for the show. That's what helps us get found in the crazy sea of podcasts out there. And I will be back next week. I have an amazing interview with my beautiful friend, Jessica. She's a total gem, and she has fully stepped into what God has called her to, and I'm just so grateful for her. So we had a great conversation. That will be out next week because I will be heading off to a in-person business conference. I am so excited, you guys. So make sure you're following along on my stories to see where I go and who I'm with, because it's going to be amazing. All right, you guys, have an amazing week, and I will see you right back here next week on Purpose.